Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. Catch is made by Dylan Sampson. And he's going to have this up near the 40, just a little bit short of it. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. It's like you always say, right back to work for him. Getting the drive moving like that turnover never happened.
And they weren't going to shy away from letting him do his thing, throwing the football. Mistakes happen in this league and in this game, and you never want to punish a quarterback for making a mistake. You want to see him continue to produce.
Got for big yards on the right side. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period, end of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Browns have it on the team, and they will kick it away here. Laube with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Williams will look to throw. It's a screen play to Genty. And this is brought to a stop up at the 34-yard line there. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
Shotgun give here to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender maybe a half step late. And this could have been much, much more exciting.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Escapes the pocket. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
I can promise you that is a throw, and it's a quarterback when it leaves your hands. You do not want to flirt with as this game goes on. That is a prime one that DB could cut off and take the other way.
3rd down, here's Williams. And that one is picked off, but wait a second. Oh, he came down out of bounds, so that's just going to be incomplete. Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. And a well-placed kick here. Not quite on the goal line, but they're pinned deep at their own 10. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this 1st down. gained it after the penalty. Wow, he had to power through one tackle just to get back to the line that time.
When one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. They will continue to do so.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Third and long for him here. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And he's finally down to put a stop to this one, but a notable chunk of yardage broken off of that game.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Pass is cut at the 9. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Great play defensively there to just get a hand in there and deny that touchdown.
That's exactly right. Active hands and aggressive mindset. As a DB, you've got to assume that every throw is going to be a touchdown, and you're the last line of defense, the guy that's got to make the play on the ball, and he just did.
Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Raiders tie it up as he nails his first try of the season. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. Showing a little burst so far. He's racing past midfield. And he's just a little gas shy of taking that the distance, but not too far off. What a return out at the 11.
You know, Kate, it's fun talking to these elite kick returners over the years and how much they visualize. As they're sitting back there waiting for the kickoff return, they're visualizing, well, a house call. And there was some serious explosiveness from him on that one. He may not have gotten all the way to the house, but he's setting his offense up in the red zone, which is pretty darn good.
He brings it in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take the lead on the first play of the drive. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
This one is up and good. And the Browns take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Robbie with the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. Williams off the play fake. Hits him on the out route. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. It's a 14-7 game. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Time now for the second quarter. Raiders in possession. They're looking at first down here. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Williams from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
After the incomplete pass, here comes 2nd and 10. Williams on the play action. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Here's Williams again. That is caught along the sideline, and he gets the feet down. Wow! It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They'll come up on 1st and 10. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. That one connects. And he's in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on football fields. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Raiders tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's Thomas on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Handoff here to Sampson. Small gain there, maybe 3 if he's lucky to begin this drive.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw here. Finds the in, fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. And this is going to be Raiders football. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot. Right, he's got great what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Play action. Williams flushed out of the pocket. That's complete to Bowers outright. And defenders arriving in support to finish him off at the line.
That's one of the dangers, Kate, when you're a quarterback and you string a play out like that. Defenders are so fast flow that it puts so many guys in the neighborhood of your targets that even if you complete the pass, good chance it's not going anywhere.
To the air on 3rd and long. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, and you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. Kind of a good thing they got the football where they did coming off that fumble recovery. It's disappointing as an offense when you can't move the ball. At least your kicker can pick you up.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Quinshawn Judkins. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Hogan 19.
Back to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Hunter Waller's got it. And the Raiders are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
And what a huge bonus on top of the takeaway. Not only did you steal the possession, but you immediately, Kate, flip this field and give your teammates a golden opportunity to punch it in for 6. And if they score quickly, well, it'll put that opposing offense right back out there, still reeling from that interception.
Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Raiders parlay the interception into points. If there's an argument for continuing to rely on a fullback, Brock, it is plays just like that that remind us. They're pretty good at barreling in for touchdowns when they're given the chance.
And you know the greatest fullback name ever? Maybe you need to name your son Sam Gash. Because that dude, when I think fullback, I think Sam Gash just gashing people for touchdowns.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and manageable. He's throwing. That's complete. David Njoku. He's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's a Browns first down.
1st and 10 at the 44.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44.
Ready? 19 tight.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher.
That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns reduce the lead to just 4. David Njoku, the touchdown. Point after, up and good by Narvison. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. He's just about ready for this one. It's first and 10. They've got a man in motion. First down throw by Williams. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You get a lot of credit to receivers, and rightfully so, Kate, for them going into coverage and making a catch. I don't think we give enough credit to tight ends. I know they're big, I know they're physical, but to go into double coverage, take that contact, and come away with the catch, that's a big-time effort.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Cling to that lead and find a way to convert this third down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Forced trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down. Well, Brock, a lot of scoring so far as we have reached our 2-minute warning. Hang with us. More football in Huntington Bay on its way. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. That's played at the 43. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Thought he had a chance to block it, but he ends up wiping out the kicker instead. And that's going to award their offense a first down. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. They'll run here following the penalty. And they're going to be humbled here on first down. Going to wind up losing yards on this play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Williams with a quick pass out wide. And this one doesn't go far. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. They'll throw third and long. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked up. Brandon Jones.
The Browns take over first and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10. Hand off to Simpson. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
To me, now is the time to step on the gas, and you see this more and more in today's game, and it's the right move. Get that explosive run, get right back to the line of scrimmage, and don't let this defense breathe.
Offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Go! Mustang 1970 Lion! Warrior 70! Ready, right?
So when Reed, they'll give it to Simpson. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. That's good for 6 yards. They're going to have second and goal now at the 3.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. It'll be a gain of only 1 on second, so that brings up third goal from the 2.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you've kind of set yourself up. Actually, you've set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A big moment for them here to begin this new season. Here's third and goal.
Ready! Viking 18! Get up!
He's keeping it, trying to get it forward. And this is going to end behind the line, Brock. A great stop down in close. Now let's See if they want to risk it here on 4th and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Ready up.
From the 5-yard line, looks like they're going to try it here on 4th and goal.
Ready.
They're going to try to throw for it. And he will have them a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take the lead just before halftime. David Njoku, the touchdown. His second. Scoring catch of the game. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. And that new lead they have might not be safe, partner, because they're going to have to defend from the 40-yard line after the kick goes out of bounds. Here's the final play of our first half.
Here we go. 79 Broncos.
He's back to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And his final shot of the half will not connect. That falls incomplete. No time remaining in our first half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10.
18 Cardinal.
Airing it out to start this drive. On the screen, this is Sampson. It's a small gain up to the 38. Is Darian Porter in on the stop.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, kid, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing from the gun. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kicked off by Andre Sisco. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Here's Genty running right. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake, Williams. Buying some time left. Oh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turn. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
third down.
And this one skips out of bounds and will be marked inside the 30.
At their own 27-yard line.
Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Sampson. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You can stick to the ground. You can throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Back to throw now. Has him on the quick hitter. There he goes on the right side. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns now lead by 10. David Njoku, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And he's brought down just inside the 25. From the gun to start. 1st and 10. On play action, here's Williams. Has a man downfield. It's Pittman. And they're all the way across midfield before he's brought down. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's a Vegas 1st down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
1st down, Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off, Brandon Jones. And the Browns take over as he records his 10th career INT.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out 1st and 10. They'll give to Sampson here up the middle. Breaks the tackle. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
While that run may not move the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Complete left side to Thomas. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Working on 1st down. And this one is launched downfield. Good coverage on that deep ball downfield. Throw knocked away. That's going to send him back to the line for 2nd.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not 2 hands that got on the football.
He's going to throw again on 2nd down. He's loaded. He's got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. back on the extra point. And the Browns push their lead to 18.
Browns 42, Raiders 24.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Tucker now on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Raiders take over first and 2 at their own 23-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. Williams off the play fake. That throw behind his intended target. Intended target, Dante Thornton Jr. So that brings up second down.
On the coverage defensively.
Williams from the gun. He's got push one deep down there. He's got it deep downfield. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield down inside the 45-yard line. They'll pick up a 34 yards on that play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Williams on first down. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up second down.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup, you got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Looking from the gun, Williams. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And these guys need to find a way to hold up better for their QB. This offense now facing third down.
Just an incredible effort out of him today. The type of performance, frankly, that elevates the energy level of all 10 guys around him. What a game he's got going.
Third and long for him here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up. So after the play, some obvious concern from their sideline as they watch their quarterback out there in some pain. Training staff's running out to check on it. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. He fields this at the 18. And a big hit on the return to stop it cold. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's first and 10. Here's Sampson. Has room down the left sideline. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns keep their drive alive and reach Pater one play later. Point after up and good by Narvison. And the Browns grow their lead yet again. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Tucker now on the return. He's brought down just inside the 25. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. First and 10. Here's the backup. First throw. It's a screen play to Genty. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I know coordinator, quarterback gonna be upset with that first down.
Hey, I ain't gonna fake it. That nigga been sending these niggas the whole game, bro.
To stay on pace, but instead,
Not faking it, nigga. Hey, hey, nigga.
Here we go. Second down. And it's a quarterback run for Kansas. Touchdown ball along the 41. It's a gain of 22. That's a Vegas first down.
Hey, and that nigga Miles Garrett, boy.
Tough catch to move it forward.
Jeez.
There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that interception.
First down, Smith to throw. Fields deep right side. Got it inside the 20. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders shave some off the deficit late in the quarter. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratch and claw. As much as anything, King, it was just a pride drive to get your job done.
Well, some extra points come. And the Raiders make it
Yeah.
18-point game. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. It's a return from the 7. Yards so far, he's got room. Reaches the 30.
Bro.
There he is, gone. Touchdown.
Hey, bro.
Well, when you say Sunday return man, you know there
I've
ain't
been
nothing in
noticed.
fantasy football more exciting than taking a kick
Bro,
for
you gotta
6.
play that nigga twice, boy. I feel for you, my nigga.
And still no penalties. Still 7-3 overall. That's so tough to execute on the field.
Going right down the middle. And the Browns continue piling onto this lead. After using one kick, they take another. Now let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Third down on the return. Decent ball in play as they bring him forward inside the 50. First call here coming from the shotgun. From the gun, Smith.
Why is he not jumping?
Intercepted. It's intercepted.
This nigga's wilding tonight, boy.
These NFL facilities with crowded perimeters, signage all over the place. It's all about the run. It's all about the run. It's all about the run. It's about protecting it offensively. It's about doing just that, coming alive defensively.
Throw here on first. It's a juke sonic bomb down the middle.
Like, you wanna throw that seam real bad.
Somewhere else. Double coverage with length. Thinking interception is bad? Push is still a wonder for the defense.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. They'll take a break with the Saints here. And he gets away from the 6 before he reaches the marker underneath the end zone. It's a first down. A 17-yard gain there, and it'll make it 3rd and 2. We've reached the end of 3 in our week 1 opener. It's Browns football in what has been a one-sided game in their favor.
He's got a group defeated, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Down the line for another first and 10. Red zone on first. And the goal line. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns continue piling it on here in the fourth. David Njoku, the touchdown. The fifth of the game for him, tying the NFL single-game record. On the second attempt on the extra point. The Browns step out 7 with their lead. Browns have it on the 10 and they'll kick it away here. Tucker now on return. Numbers can make this 28 before going down. Line looking for the gun to Suggs. First and 10. To turn right on Peters, throwing again. Here's back Travis Jensen. They're going to run it here just a little bit before he's able to get across midfield. It's a gain of 19 on the play. Making it a first down. Again, here's Smith. Sees coverage. That's Maddox working downfield. And makes sense because they're in red zone as he reaches the 14. Early on downs. Looking to make his first down. Running Tucker. Now here's Angel Clayton, and off for the contest. Try and get that one off base. Second down coming up. Again, it's Smith. Come near the goal line. And they're going to have first and goal. Looks like he picked up a nice chunk there.
Well, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that. He almost stepped into the racing position and took a nuisance on that first down.
Set to those routes. Again, it's Smith to the air. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders making the scoreboard look a touch better. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, though, making the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Such an advantage, Brady, when you think about it. Right away, this ball in need is when you start to see these running backs not just tuck the ball as runners, but grab it with their hands when they can grab it. This is how you do it.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll punt this away. Okay, well, that was our 20-play drill. Almost everything else worked for them today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Browns, nice field position here as they're setting down at first and 10. Steps in for the pistol. Throws the two. He's going to hit this to the opposing 41. Give him 24 on that play. It's going to go for a Cleveland first down.
I love these inside blitz doubles. You can't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a small gain, and then they come out with a big play. He sees the running back and gets his serious hands on his head.
Once again, it's inside the field. 9 yards. Won't take the first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So a big play for Njoku, particularly when he's able to get out of the defense. He was a little fortunate there, tracking him down before he got a big hit on him, but he also got a first down on that play.
Stop is made.
There you go.
He reaches the 17-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Browns first down.
Looking to put into the game they did.
First down, here's Simpson. He'll stop his way in for 4 yards at second down.
And we talk about opening those run plays. It's a sign of expert cushion in front of his running back, seeing the lanes and reading them off.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Simpson ready to go. There on that one, center back hit in for a loss of yards. They'll look for a kind of cover 2 here at the line on the offense.
That's right. You put two tight ends on the field, now you can live with stale ranch all Madden NFL week. Keep it going.
Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. So they take their shot for the end zone, Bobby, rather than focusing on that first down run play. Bad decision there.
They should. They made the decision earlier, 2nd and 14. They took their shot. They just couldn't finish it. And another shot across the ball in the short field. Nice play there. They could have made that field goal. They could have turned around and kept it 28 as a coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
McGinnis returned for the 11. Decent run back as it in as they bring him down inside the 30. McGinnis just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Here we go from line of the gun. He's opened up. They're able to drop him. Brown Higgins with a hard first step there, but it's going to bring up 2nd down. Smith to the air now. He's kicked downfield. Incomplete pass. 2nd down and 20 seconds remaining.
It's demonstrated that when assignments are given to him, he plays them well. Makes his throw, decisions on his feet. He's called on numerous plays and executed them more than once.
Pass is incomplete. He looking for a long loss there at the 25. They'll bring him down. They've got 4th down.
That's a nice job by the defense to keep the pressure off the turnover. It's the style of play called. We've seen it enough around the stadium to establish possession and a defensive understanding of what goes with it.
Makes this in the 35. He's been ready to take off one tackle partner with the next one coming
Mm,
up in
mm,
just
mm.
minutes. So the Browns keep it moving again.
Hey, bro. Yeah, I got a bulldog in your division,
Off the
boy.
field and shake hands with one of his
I don't know
teammates.
what the fuck is
Not
going
only
on,
does
my
he
nigga.
belong here, but what this does is it pays off in training camp. It
For
builds the
sure.
confidence he did all
Like,
year through July and August.
that shit's crazy.
Well, that'll do it for us. Brock Hubbard and our entire automatic team.
He like that
Thanks for
nigga in
making us
Goku,
listen
though.
to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns, as with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.
And this nigga he injured my quarterback. My coach Seth Williams, that nigga gone, bro. Nigga gone for some weeks.